Hello, sweet friend. It's Micah here. I want to share with you a page idea for your journal. This one is great for days you want to journal but don't quite know what to journal about, or if you have a daily journal and you have a page that needs filling because your day was uneventful or you kind of forgot what you did that day. This one is a great idea for those kinds of spreads. So recently, I bought this umami spice blend on a whim, and I've been a little bit obsessed with it. I put it on everything, and it makes everything taste better. So, in this journal spread, I'm going to draw what's actually in this spice blend because, one, I was curious why this tastes so good, and I thought it might bring a little bit more mindfulness to me eating it. So, I guess in a way, I'm playing taste detective. And since I am eating it so much lately, I figured this is a great representation of this time and I wanted to document it. So you could do this with a salad dressing that you're loving lately, or a spicy condiment sauce, or some soup, maybe. Anything that has ingredients that you want to become aware of, I suppose. And then, you just kind of draw them out, or you could find pictures on Google of the ingredients if you don't feel like drawing them out. Since you are using that just for your personal journal, it's fine to just go on Google. I don't think you need to worry too much about copyright in this instance. But let me tell you that if you are at all interested in drawing more in your journal, drawing vegetables in particular or fruit is a great way to get started because the wobblier the lines, the more character the vegetables are gonna have. I've noticed that this is quite fun to draw out vegetables. I'm typically not someone who draws a lot of food, so this is a little new for me too. But yeah, highly recommend. This was very enjoyable. So I have blocked out the layout with pencil. I've arranged the ingredients sort of in a fan shape over top of the spice bottle or spice. I don't know, would you call that a bottle? It's not very tall, so maybe it's a jar, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, on top of the container of the spice blend, just fanned it out like that. I thought that was kind of a nice way of arranging that on the page there. And I'm going over the pencil lines with my fountain pen. This is the Pilot Custom 912 with the soft medium fine nib. This has been my go-to fountain pen for drawing for a while now. It's so buttery, soft, and smooth. I really like drawing with it. Do you often record food in your journal? I feel like I want to incorporate it more, as taste can hold quite a lot of memory and nostalgia. And I feel like we often go through phases with food as well. For example, this summer, my husband and I have been enjoying drinking Ale 8, which is a locally made ginger ale. And maybe we continue to drink it. Maybe it'll phase out once we go into fall. But there's definitely some dishes we used to regularly cook that we, for one reason or another, don't cook anymore. So, I think there's just something within foods and dishes, especially when it comes to seasons, that have like containers of memory. And I think I want to become more aware of that. And I'm not particularly passionate about cooking, but I enjoy it more than my husband does, and so I'm often the one cooking. I definitely enjoy the outcome more than the process, whereas, for example, with drawing, I also like the process. But since I am going to need to eat for the rest of my life, it's probably a good idea that I try and think and learn about a few things about cooking and tastes and seasonings here and there, and start to pay attention to nuances. And journaling about food and ingredients can definitely help with that, I think. It can bring a mindfulness to it, and I guess connecting anything to journaling makes it more fun to me personally. So, yeah. So, there on the side, you saw I wrote out what I think that spice blend is great for. So you can incorporate additional information like that if you want to make this page layout yourself, not just including the ingredients, but what you are using it for, or maybe you can note down why you have started eating it. Maybe it was a recommendation from a friend, or you just saw it at the store, sort of what led you to incorporate that into your diet, those kinds of additional information. Kind of fun. Makes the whole thing more personal too. It's not just, a food advertisement or something like that. By the way, if this video is inspiring you to journal, please consider liking this video. It tells me that I'm creating content that is helpful, and it means more journalers will be able to find this video. Overall, I'm quite enjoying my hobonichi journal. If you're new here, I've just started daily journaling in July, so I've been doing it for about 2 weeks. So far, there's something on every page, which I'm quite happy with, but I'm still experimenting with what I want to capture in this journal versus, for example, my 5-year journal. Some days in my hobonichi so far are more collage heavy, and others more drawing based, like this ingredients page. And then if you see there on the left underneath the watercolor palette, that's a drawing of my baby niece. That day, my sister sent me the cutest video of her. She's been discovering her hands. And so in the video, she's just looking at her hands and really intently studying them and like rotating her hands in this very graceful gesture. I mean, it's the most precious thing. I don't know. I've watched that video I don't know how many times. And so I drew this cute version of my niece on that day, and so that's been quite fun to just do some more illustrated journaling in the hobonichi notebook. So I'm excited to see where this is going, and the paper obviously is so great. Although I have to say that with the watercolors, I need to be more mindful, I think, of how much water I mix my watercolors with. I think I did maybe a little bit too much water. And here's the finished page. This was a lot of fun to do, very peaceful, very mindful. I loved learning about the ingredients of my umami spice blend. And now I even want to learn more about the difference between shiitake mushrooms and porcini mushrooms. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I hope you make your own ingredients journal page. Until next time, happy journaling!